Ashok Kumar, the legendary actor who's been working since 1930s, 1935 precisely in the movie industry. उन्होंने पहले लॉयर बनना चाहा, फिर वो चाहते थे वो उसके बाद बॉम्बे टॉकीज उन्होंने स्टार्ट किया, वहाँ पर काम करना एज अ लैब असिस्टेंट, एंड बाय चांस ही बिकेम एन एक्टर. और उसके बाद उन्होंने कई सारी फिल्में की, कई सारी फिल्में एज अ मेन लीड की, एज अ हीरो की, प्रोटैगनिस्ट की. उसके बाद उन्होंने कई सारी फिल्में एज प्राइमरी कैरेक्टर्स की, कई सारी फिल्में उसके बाद एज पिविटल रोल्स, इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल्स. उनकी रिसेंट फिल्में, इफ़ आई मे कॉल देम रिसेंट, बट बासु चैटर्जी की छोटी सी बात, जो was again a very primary character and a very very important character and one of those iconic roles of Hindi cinema. So I'm really honored that I have the chance to speak about Ashok Kumar Saab today. I've been told that a lot of his family from Shashidhar Mukherjee and Ashok Kumar's grandkids are going to be joining the live today to watch it, so I'm really really excited. Now, to speak about Ashok Kumar, I have a really special guest with me today, Ranveer Shore, and Ranveer is a phenomenal talent. He too became an actor by chance. He was in Channel V, and he was he was directing and producing, and he became an actor then. And after that, I think rest is history, as they say, right from his work in Khosla Ka Ghosla to all the work that he's done in between, to the recent I think two of my Ranveer Shore favorite performances have to be No Smoking and Kadvi Hawa. He happens to be my co-star from an upcoming series, and that's how I know him. And I think I'll just join Ranveer now for the chat. This is your first live?
Yeah, my first Instagram live ever.
That's so cool. That's so cool. And
Not
I
to
know
be
you
simple.
wanted to join in from your laptop.
Yeah, I wanted to join from my laptop because now I'm keeping my phone on my laptop. So here, see.
Not bad. Not bad. So, I'm first of all, thank you so much, sir, for joining us for this live session.
Arey,
And
not at all. And please don't call me sir. Makes me feel really old, man.
okay, Ranveer, there it is. And Ranveer and I are working on an upcoming series, and that's how I know him. And we also did a really cool roundtable acting something at Whistling Woods, and we had a really nice conversation. And I wanted to bounce this idea to him. I'm really, really happy to have you on the show. I'm personally a huge, huge fan of yours, right from your Khosla Ka Ghosla, Delhi Boy to Kadvi Hawa to No Smoking. I'm such a big fan of yours. Thank you so much for
Thank you. Thank you. That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you. So your choice of actor today on the episode 2 of Actors on Actor is Ashok Kumar, and the film and his performance that you've chosen is Jewel Thief. So
Yes,
tell
I've seen that film close to 100 times. And
wow.
and the one person who stands out in a already outstanding film for me is Dada Muni. He's just amazing. I mean, he always is, has, always was amazing. But in Jewel Thief, he's something else. And it's only after you finish. I mean, what I find most charming about it is that only after you finish watching the whole film, because it's a mystery, and by the time you finish watching the whole film, you realize um, the sheer magnitude of his performance, because it all hinges on his performance, the suspense of the film.
Right, 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 right.
And I think he was at the peak of was when he did that film, because the
True.
film is actually produced by Devanand. Devanand plays the lead,
Yeah,
and and through the film you're charmed by Devanand throughout.
yeah,
But
yeah,
by the time
yeah.
it's
He takes the hit
Ashok.
of.
Yeah, he takes the. Yeah.
I mean, when I was watching Jewel Thief, in fact, after we spoke and I knew that we'll be speaking about Ashok Kumar and Jewel Thief, I rewatched the movie. It's available on YouTube, so I rewatched it, and I realized the first half you're watching the film, and as you said, you're just so you're just so taken aback by Devanand, and him with Tanuja and with Vajanti Mala, and all his songs and what he's doing. And you're thinking, what is Ashok Kumar doing? Why is he playing this elder brother, such a safe
Uncle,
character?
he seems like one uncle going around.
Yeah. And then comes the second half, and you're just so, I mean, sorry, spoilers alert, but it's just, you're just so taken aback by his performance and the way he's like so subtly played, and boom.
And the second viewing, if you, I mean, anybody, I mean, who will watch Jewel Thief will want to watch it a second time. There's no doubt about that. It's not a film you can just watch once and forget about. And to anyone who watches it a second time, it will always be only about watching Ashok Kumar and this beautiful balance he has in that performance.
Yes, he does. When did you watch it first, and when was
I was this film is a family favorite.
Okay.
It has been viewed by my family. Like I said, close to 100 times. So I have seen it. I mean, it used to be picture dekhni hai, let's watch Jewel Thief again. Because it's just an amazing film, right from the background score, S.D. Burman Saab, who did the background score, to the screenplay, Vijay Anand. I mean, to the camera work, to the mise en scene. I mean, it's amazing. It's textbook material. It's a film which should be studied by students of cinema.
It is, in fact, it's one of those top 20, top 30 films that a lot of leading filmmakers and actors, in fact, recommend for people to watch, because if you see, it's actually a 2 hours, close to 50 minutes film. It's nearly a 3-hour long film, but you
doesn't
just
feel like it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it.
It was like that.
Yeah.
Was like, so it's very well shot. It's shot in Sikkim, and it's got those nice songs.
I think also, I mean, now just talking about the film apart from Ashok Kumar's performance in it, I think that film, a lot of people were at the peak of their powers. Devanand, Vijay Anand, S.D. Burman, Tanuja, Vajanti Mala. So I think it was just so rich, that film, and I can still watch it again.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the dialogues by heart. That's that bad? And I remember when we were kids, our favorite used to be, I think Sapru Saab plays Tanuja's father. I think. No, I think it's Sapru Saab, and he goes when that robbery happens at his jewelry store, and he holds his chest and he says, "Main lut gaya." And we used to use that at home when things used to go wrong. If something bad happens, "Main lut gaya."
Yeah, in fact, even somebody asks him, Dr. Gunan, he's like, "Nahi, police."
Yeah, police bulao. Yeah.
Yeah, and you later find out that whatever, it was all a ploy and whatever. But tell me, I mean, Ashok Kumar, I mean, if we speak about the genius of Ashok Kumar, he studied law, and he wanted to become a filmmaker. He wanted to actually stay behind.
Like me, I didn't want to be an actor. I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Exactly, and I was just, I was in fact, because I was doing this show and I wanted to do a little brief research, and I was like, oh my God, Ashok Kumar and Ranveer they have so much in common. They were both actors by chance, because he worked in Bombay Talkies.
Bombay Talkies, yeah.
Assistant, thanks to his brother Shashidhar Mukherjee. And he became an actor by chance for Jeevan Naiya. I'm sorry if I'm taking the name wrong. And then followed by Achut Kanya.
Yeah, he's been there since cinema began. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
In India.
Yeah. That's like 100 years now.
Yeah.
It's almost.
And he was active. I mean, right up even Hum Log, for example.
Exactly.
Which is basically the advent of television in India.
Right.
This is that's where actually television took off in India. So he was there when cinema took off. He was there when television took off. And I would have loved to have him around now when OTT is taking off. It would be a joy to be able to share. I mean, if I ever got lucky to share a screen space with him. And he is, I mean, the sheer talent, the maturity, even from his first film. he never hammed it up. I mean, there were bad periods in Hindi film industry where everybody was hamming,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
But he never hammed, except maybe when he was really old and towards the end, maybe, things become.
Yeah.
I also worry about that as I get older, that as there will come a point where I will
Right.
become a formula actor where everything will be a formula.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe the last few performances
Yeah.
apart, all his work, is a thing of beauty,
And
The-
I think he's one of those actors like whether you watch him as a hero in Achut Kanya or you see him as a parallel hero in Didar, where there was Nargis, who was this
Hmm,
mega star in the 1950s,
hmm,
and or he was a parallel hero with Dilip Kumar,
hmm.
and or you watch Pakiza, and then you watch his later films where you watch Khoobsurat, and you even watch Choti Si Baat, where it's
Hmm.
an Amol Palekar.
Yeah.
He's such a show stealer even in Choti Si Baat.
जाने क्यों होता है जिंदगी के साथ अचानक ये मन किसी के जाने के बाद करे फिर उसकी याद छोटी छोटी सी बात न जाने क्यों
When
Yeah.
he does that to Amol Palekar while
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
he
yeah.
says 1 second and he's tying his shoelace. It's just there's something so cool about him. Don't
Yeah,
you
and
think?
across genres, it wasn't, I mean, of course, Jewel Thief is an iconic film, an iconic performance by him, and a very difficult one.
Right.
But even in comedy, and of course drama, obviously, he was just his comic timing is just amazing.
Yeah.
Uh, so he's way up there. So when you mentioned who I would like to discuss, I was very happy to discuss Ashok Kumar.
Lovely. I was in fact watching an interview of Ashok Kumar Saab some time ago today during the day, and he said somebody asked him, when did you discover artist and you wanted to sort of become, be part of cinema and whatever, and he said that when he was a kid, वो अपने पर नाना जी को कहानियां सुनाते थे, and he
Hmm.
used to be all what do you say, he's improvising as he speaks, so he used to tell कि मैं मेरे पीछे एक शेर आ रहा था और शेर जैसे ही पकड़ने आया मैं उड़ गया, and नाना जी would be कैसे उड़ गए, सर आप शेर बनो तो मैं उड़ के दिखाऊंगा.
Hmm.
So you just understand that he always had that artistic sort of an imaginary world.
Storytellers. In the end, we
Story-
are all storytellers. Yeah.
Right. So when was your first moment? Because I know that you were in Channel V, you were like acting, producing, you were directing and producing. You wanted to actually be behind the camera. So
Yeah, I mean, for me, actually, it was, my father was a Hindi film producer. So I grew up in a filmy environment, you can say, on the fringes of the Hindi film industry. So for me, it was a very love-hate relationship. It was always around filmmaking, but never, and I mean, my father never really encouraged us to be, but he was like more on, academics, and because he himself, he's a law graduate and he was a civil servant. So the accent was always on education, and forget about this and focus on education. But education-wise, I mean, I studied science till class 12, and then I changed to arts because I was not cutting it. I mean, I think because till I was in school, till I was in class 10, I was in a very protected environment. I had two older brothers, father, mother, and a very sheltered, very protected environment. And since suddenly college happened, I discovered too many new things. The freedom of not, or the choice of not having to attend. And that just ruined me. I think that ruined my college years because I became like, and I went on completely, you can say, the wrong path. My academics suffered hugely. And then after arts, and the pressure was on me. I did a lot of odd jobs. I worked in a restaurant. I sold network computer, Daisy Wheels. This is now towards, towards 20, because I knew academics is not working out. I tried my hand at different jobs, and finally, when because in our house the rule was simple: by 21, if you're not earning, you're out of the house. If you're not contributing to the house. So and that's when I had already done a diploma in film video production from Xavier's Institute of Communications. There also, again, I had issues graduating from there also, but I had just become a bad boy, basically. And then by one, I got my first job in television, which was as a, there was this show called Mirch Masala, which was like a roundup of all the film stories, where you go
Wow.
from studio to film sets, talking to stars and directors and asking about which film is being shot.
Okay.
So that was my first job, uh, being like you can say like a correspondent, like a film correspondent who goes from
Nice.
set to set. And so I've interviewed a whole number of stars doing that. Then I moved on to, I got a chance to work on fiction. I got a chance to do production for a series, which was on DD, I think. And then I got a chance to do post production also. So before I joined Channel V, then Channel V, I started directing shows for them. And it was at Channel V that the big switch happened for me. Because my boss at the time, Shashank Ghosh, pushed me in front of the camera again as a correspondent, because he thought I was very funny, in the office. He thought I was great fun, and my talent belonged in front of the camera, he felt.
Okay.
So that was the big switch for me. So that was my, you know, uh, although in school I was pretty good at, I mean, for 3 years straight in school, I was best actor, best elocution speaker, for
Nice.
class 8, 9, 10 in my school. But never, I mean, I never took it seriously.
Okay.
And finally, I had to take it seriously when I started VJing,
Nah, okay. Right.
which was almost 10 years later.
VJing, wow. But VJing is so, is it very different from acting? I mean,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah,
from acting.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
how did you make?
but I mean, why I mean, see, VJing to acting is not as much as a jump as behind the camera to in front of the camera is.
Right.
That's a huge one. It took me a while to, I mean, till today, I don't like looking at myself, like in playbacks and all. Even if I'm watching a playback, it's only for technical issues, to check what I
Okay.
can do better. I hate looking at myself. Even when I'm doing this, I mean, if I look at myself, I'll be, chal band kar. Uh, and which I think has also helped me a lot, because if you're not preoccupied by how good you're looking or how you're looking, you are able to just be the character a little better. Uh,
I one of those actors who checks the monitor after every day because I
no,
hate.
I'm not. I'm not.
No.
I'm not. But sometimes I do. I mean, it's not like I'm not a compulsive checker outer. Dikha dikha maine kya kiya. But
Uh,
once in a while, if, for example, if you're shooting and in 3 takes the director is not happy, he wants a fourth one, then I'll come and check. Okay, what am I? There's something which I need to know, which I'm not able to get uh, on being on this side. So then
right.
I'll check 1 take with him and discuss with him. Okay, what is it that he's looking for, and then I'll go back and do it.
So Franz Austin, who was this German filmmaker who came with Himanshu Rai for Bombay Talkies, he had in fact rejected Ashok Kumar's audition. Ashok
Hmm.
Kumar had auditioned a song, and around the 30s and 40s, actors were also playback singers. They had to
Yeah.
also sing the songs. So if
Hmm.
you watch a lot of songs from Achut Kanya, Devika Rani and Ashok Kumar, it's actually their own
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he gave that audition to Franz Austin, he actually told Himanshu Rai that tell this boy to go back to Calcutta and finish his law. He's going to never become an actor. And after that, whatever he did,
Rest
come
is
with
history, as they say.
rest is history, as they say. And he did become an actor. He did, he acted in Achut Kanya, and he did get a lot of feedback that he can still do better. So because he was a lab assistant and his job was to wash the reel and whatever
Hmm.
edit and whatever the work, the
Hmm.
science was, he actually started reassessing his own work,
Hmm.
you know. So, but I want to know from you that, you know, Ashok Kumar had a wide spectrum of characters, you know, from romantic to serious to comedy, drama. He's played an antagonist. I mean, we
Hmm.
speak of Jewel Thief today. So have you, you know, you've done a, you know, Punjabi Delhi boy in Khosla Ka Ghosla to Son Chidiya, where you know, dabbled with accent, to even, I love your performance in Kadvi Hawa. You know, you've done this Odia gray character, which is so multi-layered. So, how do you see the potential of a character when a script comes to you, a character is narrated to you? How do you see the potential of a character?
I think the character has to do with the script. The potential of the character has to be seen in relation with the script. Um, I'm not a method actor. I hope that's amply clear because I don't start to live that character days and months in advance so that when I shoot I can live that person. I I did a semester of acting training at the Atlantic Theatre Company in New York. So there, that school is called Practical Aesthetics. It was invented by David Mamet and Macy. What's his name? William H. Macy, I think. William, right? Yeah, William H. Macy, the actor. And it was a school of acting devised by them, and it's called Practical Aesthetics. So that is more my cup of tea. And the thing about that is that what you need to realize is that the character exists only because the script exists.
Right.
Uh, so everything about that character has to fit that script. It's not so much about that character in isolation, which is what
Right.
method actually is more about, to
Right.
be able to be a person and then and play out the parts which are required by the script. So in my view, the script is paramount. The script is sanctum, so that is so for me when I am gauging or judging a character, it has more to do with the script, what the script is doing to me. Because if I'm not affected by the script, like the script, I don't care. The entire story for me is more important than my part itself. My part is subject to the script.
Okay. A lot of aspiring actors who come to Bombay, they want to become heroes and
Hmm.
heroines. A lot of them come here to become heroes and heroines. I think we had this discussion while we were at Whistling Woods as well, where, you know, we were discussing how today, luckily, we live in an age where stories are so much more character driven as opposed to star driven. You know,
Hmm.
and we're speaking of Ashok Kumar today, who very comfortably slipped from being a romantic hero in the 30s and 40s to being a parallel lead with Dilip Kumar and you know, other actors during the 60s and 70s, to doing
That's right.
pivotal character roles in the 80s and the late 80s, even Hum Log. So I think today, with the digital age that we are in, you have been one of those actors, like, you know, today an actor like me is getting more work because it's digital, and you know,
Hmm.
today it's finally
Same
character
here.
driven.
Same here.
But you have still, you know, you recognize this long back. I think you've always chosen characters which have stood out. In fact, a lot of critics even call you scene stealer. uh, a lot of actors, aspiring actors, say no to a role because of the length of a role. So do you have anything to tell them? Because some years ago, I think I was sailing in that same boat.
No, I mean, all I'll say is what I firmly believe in is that an actor can only be as good as the part written for him. I'm not one of those people who feels that, whatever the role, I will
Huh,
make the
huh,
role.
correct.
That is not how it works. It is if somebody is saying I'm very good in a part, even if it's small, it's because it was written like that. It had the potential when it was written to be that.
Right. Right.
So I firmly believe that an actor can only be as good as the part. I have never. See, the thing is also, I told you, my father was a Hindi film producer. My older brother was launched as a hero. And like I told you, because I grew up on the fringes of the Hindi film industry, I saw a lot of launches not really reaching orbit. So I never had that monkey on my shoulder that I want to be a hero. In fact, if anything, I didn't want to be a hero. You know, yes, I wanted to play lead parts. That's different. I wanted to, and I was fortunate enough to play a lead in a number of things. Still am,
Yeah.
but I don't want to be labeled a hero.
Right.
You know, I don't want to be dancing behind the trees and with the mild lipstick and rouge, and trying to look like a pretty boy when you're not. You know. So that was never in fact, that's what I told you. I've always had, growing up, I had a love-hate relationship with the film business. I have great love for cinema, but as far
Yeah.
as the film business is concerned, I have a love-hate relationship. So there are a lot of conflicts. One of them is this one, that I would love to play lead characters, but I don't want to be a hero.
Correct. I think there's a
Uh,
stark difference between being a hero and a lead character. I mean, you see, there are so many series and films that are happening today where, a lead, a protagonist is very different from flowers being showered and pair ka shot and collar shot. That's, I think there's a stark difference between a protagonist and a hero.
Yeah,
By that.
yeah. So I look forward to playing protagonist in good scripts,
True.
but I do not look forward to being a hero. And I can't get over people who only want to do lead roles. The heroes of the Hindi film industry, it's like saying मैं तो सिर्फ खाना ही खाना चाहता हूँ. मुझे बनाने को मत कहना. You know, somebody has to cut the vegetables, somebody has to cook them, somebody has to serve them. These are also things important in a meal, not just the eating. So people who want to only be heroes are basically saying, मेरे को सिर्फ हलवा मांगता है. You know, मेरे को कुछ काम करने को नहीं बोलो, मैं सिर्फ हलवा खाएगा. So I do not want to be one. I know that doesn't work for me. I mean, I would love to play protagonists in good scripts, but I also look forward to character roles which are strong and which have agency and which are meaningful and pivotal to the script. I mean, they are to me. Yeah.
And you have done that time and again. I mean, your recent work in Son Chidiya to Sacred Games, you have proven that time and again that you have.
Sacred Games was a different challenge because see, in Sacred Games, my part exists throughout the season.
Right.
The presence of the character. Somewhere he's mentioned, somewhere he's shown in photographs, and there's a build up. But actually, if you count, I'm there only in 4 or 5 scenes.
Right.
So to be able to to be able to play a part which has the presence of 40 scenes, but actually you get to execute only 4. The pitching has to be just right. So that was its own challenge, and in fact, the part was so small. I was really iffy about doing it, but then there was Varun Grover had come, and Vikram Motwani, they had offered me the part, and then they told me one thing about the part which clinched it for me. Which if you guys have seen the season 2 is that his relationship, the history of the, and for me suddenly that gave me goosebumps. I was like, okay, I'm doing this. No matter how small the part is, I'll do it because it's beautiful. It's worthy of even being called कि अरे 4 scene का role किया and whatever. It was worthy of doing that.
But it doesn't feel like that, because it's there throughout the season. As you mentioned, you keep hearing and there's a build up and the presence is always there. And I think I don't see that I can see it as a 4-scene role at all. I think it was there as a very important pillar of the second season.
Yeah, but I mean, you know how it is, your actor insecurity, like, I have only 4 scenes. What will I be able to do? Will people even notice I am there? Is this a role anybody can do? Do I, But then no, then the challenge when he told me that history bit, then suddenly it became a challenge. The scene with his telephone call with his own mother was beautiful, and suddenly there's a whole dimension to that part, even if it's for 4 scenes. So you enjoy it.
Lovely.
So I love
Lovely.
that. Can I get 1 second, please?
Yeah,
Domestic
sure.
duty. Huh?
That's so cool.
Say louder. Okay, tell Vinod Bhaiya. Yeah, sorry about that.
Not at all. Not at all.
My son has just finished lunch at 4:45.
Okay.
So this will
That's
tell you life in the lockdown.
it's all of us. I mean, there are days when I sleep at 5 in the morning and there's just absolutely no routine. But I think sticking to routine is good. I have my
Yeah,
routine right in front of me because it just
routine
keeps,
is key, man. Otherwise, you can go mad in a time like this. Even I have a
yeah,
routine. I mean,
yeah,
although it's a routine which is really extravagant. Waking up at noon, you know,
yeah.
sleeping at 2. So, but still, there's a routine. There is some method in the madness.
Nice.
Yeah, I told them about you. You finished lunch at 4:45. He's angry with me that I've told everyone
Oh.
he's finished lunch at 5. Okay, I
Why
love you
did
too. He said I hate you.
that's okay. Just tell him all of us are just doing the same thing. None of us are.
Yeah,
We have.
Harun, everybody's saying they also finished lunch late.
Yeah, it's really okay.
It's really okay. Yeah, you should have seen his reaction.
So
Love
so
you.
tell me,
No.
is there one Ashok Kumar film that you wish you had done as an actor? I mean,
Jewel Thief.
okay,
Jewel Thief.
I've
I would
seen
love to be part of the remake. Why don't they remake these films? Actually, I don't know why I'm saying that. I take that back. Jewel Thief. No, it's sacred.
yeah, you shouldn't touch
You should
that.
not even think aloud these things in these times because somebody will make a really terrible remake with dance with uh,
Yeah,
some kind
that's
of item number in it. Yeah, item number in it.
with an item. Yeah, I mean, I
Although
wish.
in Jewel Thief, the last song, the climax is based on a song. Speaking of item numbers, the
Ho to,
la yeah, होठों पे ऐसी बात.
uh,
I mean, the climax hinges on that one song.
correct. Yeah,
And look at how they've used a song and how we use songs nowadays, as item numbers.
that's
That's
true.
the way to use a song. See the drama in that, and see
Costume, choreography,
Vajanti
the
Mala
makeup.
is divine in that. She is, she takes some other level.
True, 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 true.
So yeah, I mean, coming back to Jewel Thief, wow, I can talk about that film for hours and hours. Everything about it is holy, if you ask me.
Lovely. And is there any favorite moment in Jewel Thief? Any favorite scene of Ashok Kumar in Jewel Thief that has stayed with you that just,
There are many. I told you I remember I know the dialogues by heart of that film.
yeah, yeah,
But I think since we're talking about Ashok Kumar today and Jewel Thief, I think the big reveal, you know,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, when he wakes up in those clothes, right? Remember that he
Yeah,
wakes up in different clothes,
yeah.
and
Amar,
it says here, what do they call him in the film?
Amar and Vinay.
No, he's called something. Yeah, yeah. The A for Amar. Yeah, the A
A
for
for
Amar
Amar.
was A for Amar
Yeah.
was there, and he's
And
called
it reminds
some.
me that in Dhoom 2,
Hmm.
if you watch Dhoom 2, the premise is very similar to Jewel Thief.
I
In
haven't
fact,
seen.
even if you ever get a chance, even all the robbery that Hrithik Roshan is doing, he leaves A behind.
Hmm.
So I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, when I watch Naya Daur, I keep drawing comparisons with Lagan, and I
Hmm.
watch Do Biga Zameen. The opening is so similar to Ghanana Ghanan and Lagan.
Hmm.
So I keep drawing these similarities that these could be ways filmmakers are paying their silent tribute. So that
Which is
big A,
great. Which is great. Yeah.
yeah, that big A, I feel, I was like, oh my God, this is so much like Doom 2, the
Hmm.
robbery, and it has to be, it's not just any random jewelry, it has to
Hmm.
be the Taj of this
Hmm.
king, and
Hmm.
and you leave an
High profile heists.
Yeah, high
Yeah,
profile. Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes. So yeah, I think the big reveal for sure in the
And
film.
then if you do a second watch of the film,
Yeah,
just the first scene of the film. You remember the first scene of
yeah,
the film is um, Vaijayanti Mala is getting an award for her dance by some king and queen,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and the camera pans to a kid clapping,
Hmm,
right?
hmm.
And then it further pans to Ashok Kumar sitting in the audience looking behind him and nicely, happily clapping, you know?
Right, right, right.
And you have to you then by the time you finish watching the film, you realize the what
So
all that was about. Yeah,
going on, yeah,
yeah,
because the
yeah,
immediate scene is the brother getting kidnapped.
yeah. The next scene is him getting kidnapped, but it's so beautifully set out. The
I
laying
love.
down of the pieces
Yes,
on the board is just amazing.
it is, and it's so well written. It's such a tight screenplay. It's such a
Yeah,
tight edit. It's just watertight. The entire film
Vijay
is water.
Anand, Vijay Anand at his peak.
Yeah,
He was making hits left, right, and center at that time,
and
and anything.
guide. Even guide
Yeah,
was.
Guide. See, that's the thing I like about Jewel Thief is Guide is known more.
Yeah,
But Jewel Thief is actually for me is a superior. I mean, I don't know why I'm comparing even, but for me,
yeah.
Jewel Thief is the silent killer. Is Guide is known more as the it's known more as a film with
It's
Vijayanan
an
and Devanand.
adaptation of an R.K. Narayan novel, so I think it has that literature,
Yeah, and
angle to it.
also because I think the things that Guide spoke about are much larger,
Right.
he was talking
Spiritual.
about humanity, spirituality. While this was like a noir, like a noir heist suspense film. So it was like a novel, like a,
Colorful Breaking Bad.
yeah, something like that, yeah.
But yeah. So I'm going to just take a few minutes and I want to ask you a few questions that a lot of people have requested.
Please ask me only the sensible ones
Of course, of course.
because this is the internets and people ask all kinds of shits.
No, 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 no. I'm going to only ask questions that somebody says, please speak about the Channel V days. He has already. Um,
What do I say about the Channel V days? That Channel V doesn't exist anymore, guys. Can you imagine that? They've shut down Channel V, all of it, not just India. Worldwide, Channel V does not exist anymore.
okay. Okay, there is
So,
Shubham Anvir. He says, sir, like Titli, how do you approach a character when you don't belong to that world of characters or that film? So, how was your process for a film and a character like, film like Titli?
but I mean, it's not like I don't know that world. I mean, I have seen some of it, uh, you know, so I might not have lived that life,
Right.
but I know what that life, I mean, I have information about it. I know what life, and that is usable material when seen in context with the script.
Okay.
Again, like I said, the script is paramount,
Yeah.
so the Bible is your script, and then kind of to decode certain things, you need information
Hmm. Hmm.
about that character, and that is available to you. Although Titli prep was so hard and the shoot was so hard because Kanu and our acting coach Atul Mongia, they were really hard task. So
Wow.
even before we started shooting, we were asked to spend time there, in that colony.
Yeah.
These number of days we spent there getting used to that space which was supposed to be our house. We did number of days of workshopping those parts, those scenes. So even the prep was heavy on Titli. But going by the question, how you play a part which you have not lived. But I think that's the charm of being an actor. And how you do that is that the script is everything is the context to everything, and then you have information which you use to decode those blanks or or those parts.
I think a big part of being an actor is also really being observant. We
Yeah,
constantly observe people, we
not
observe
just people, yourself. I think it is a study of outside.
absolutely, absolutely. So lovely, lovely. I think that was an amazing, amazing chat. Thank you so.
I'm sorry we started late because I've never done this. So
Not at all, not at all. I mean, I wish I had figured it out because I've never gone live on
yeah, I
that.
could watch live, but I couldn't join. I didn't know how to join.
I think it happens only through apps, but that's okay.
Yeah,
That's. I mean, I'm just so glad that this happened, and thank you so much
me
for your.
too. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you. I'm so glad
Thank,
I'm the second guest after Raghuveer Yadav, right?
yes, yes,
I
yes.
just love him. Yeah, I
Yes.
just love him also. Yeah, he's amazing.
Lovely,
Thank you for
lovely.
doing this. I think it's a great thing that you're doing. It's very interesting.
Thank you so much, and what an amazing chat about a great, great personality, Ashok
Yeah,
Kumar.
yeah.
You know,
Dada Muni, love him. Absolutely love him.
yeah, we should, celebrate these legendary actors who have worked for decades. I mean, they've worked more number of years than we are on this planet. They've actually
And
worked
yeah, and each year of their life can actually teach you like so much.
so much. That's true. That's true. So it was a great session discussing him and knowing your insights as an actor. I think a lot of people
Thank
out
you.
there are fans and a lot of
I'm still learning. Disclaimer, I'm still learning. Next year I could have learned something new. So
all of us. Thank you. Thanks
thank
so
you.
much, and
Thank you.
hope you're well and happy lockdown.
You
See
too.
you.
Everybody, happy lockdown. Stay home, stay safe, and pray for a vaccine.